Hi, hi, and welcome back on this new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe so you can get a notification whenever I upload a new video. In this video, we are going to talk about Sparkline, right, in Excel. So when you have an Excel data like the one we have here, this is actually a daily sales of you know of a burger, in a McDonald's restaurant, right, in various cities. And we have like 12 cities here. I mean, I should say 11 cities: Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, and so on. So this is a list of burger sales, on daily basis, right? On Monday, how many burger they sell, in these various cities from Monday through Sunday. Now the goal here is to come up with a sparkline, that showcase, I mean that highlight actually the how the sales is being I mean the movement of sales, I should say, right? The level of sales on daily basis throughout the week. Now if we were to plot this out in a graph, that would definitely result in a useless cluttered graph, because we will have like 11. Come to think of, if we were to like plot out all the major cities in the US, we are going to have, I don't know, something like 100, like over, close to 100 graph, right, in just a simple graph. And then you have like 100 different line graph. That wouldn't make any sense at all. It will be so confusing. And so in order to avoid this kind of situation, sparklines are very, very helpful, in mitigating, this kind of cluttered graph. And without wasting further time, when you have a data like this one, it may be like it may be like even thousands of, like, data, like I was saying. Like, let's say you want to plot out like in all the cities, in US. You could do that instead of having just a simple graph. Sparkline can, ease way for, to get a very clear um visualization, of what's really going on throughout the week. Now I want to put it here, right? So let me put here sparkline, sparklines. Okay, cool. So I want to put my sparklines here. So for Chicago, from Monday through Sunday, I want to have the sparkline here. For New York and so on down the line, in this column. So the first thing we want to do is to go to insert and look at sparkline here, right? You can have sparkline here. Just click on it. We want the line. We don't want the column or windows. We'll come down to that. We want to focus on this line here. So we choose the line and select the data range. I mean the data range, right? So your data is here. The data we want to use is this, from Monday to Sunday. Great. And then we come down here, select where to place the sparkline. I want to put it from column I3 to I13, right? So I have to select all this column here. No way. Okay, let me see this. No. Okay, great. From I3 to I13, then you, okay, and there we have it. So that's the spike line, for each of these cities throughout, right? So it shows, like, how the sales is. We can even make it bigger if we want to. Great. So clearly you can see this is how the sales has been going, for each of the cities. When you come to Chicago, clearly you see, on Monday you have something like, as we got from Monday to Tuesday, you have an upward trend, right? Wednesday, it comes down and then it goes up and so on, right? So, and same thing goes, for New York, Los Angeles, down to Nashville, Tennessee. So some of the cosmetic that can be added up to this data is that you can look at the high point and low point. Like the high point is like, throughout the week from Monday to Sunday, what part of the week, I mean, what part of the week, we had like a high sale or a lower sales or a negative point, like maybe the sales were, below zero and so on. So over here, these are cosmetics, that can be used, to improve the sparkline, right? We can look at the high point. High point will tell you from Monday to Sunday what was the very day that we have our highest sales. So that's the high point. And clearly when you look around here, you see it's actually on Sunday. I mean, sorry, on Saturday. On Saturday, we have the highest sale major. It's only here, and this could be considered outlier, right? In Seattle. I think this is not really Saturday, but other than Seattle, all of them are, in Saturday. On Saturday, we have the highest sales, right? Basically. Now we can look at the low point as well. When do we have our lowest sales throughout the week of burger? and it's usually on Monday. So on Monday we have lowest sales. On Saturday, that's the peak, the highest sales. So on Saturday you might need to have, enough stock, right, to make provision of burger, to satisfy your customer. And on Monday you have low sales, so you might need your suppliers, if you don't have enough stock, like on Thursday already, you might be on Thursday or Friday, you might need to have enough stock because on Saturday is a peak day and you need enough supply to be able to satisfy your customers. So this helps, in planning, for your sales ahead of time. So that's the beauty of this. Now the next thing that we want to look into here is the daily target, right? So there is a target for the sales of burger here, right? And we have the target here. We already have the sale. That's the real sales, right? And now every single day, each of these restaurant, I mean, yeah, they have like a target, right? Let's say in Chicago, for example, on Monday, their target is 3,193, and what they sold on Monday in this very city was like 2,000. I mean, 2,500, which is less than the target. So technically, it means the goal was not met, right? Because this is less than the set target. On Tuesday, it was 3,600, and the target is below 3,600, is 35, so that means they exceeded the target here. And so when it goes down the ladder, now what we want to do here is to create, we want to dummy code the data, right? So like when the target is met, I mean, when you exceed the target, we will say this is one, right? When you underperform, that will be a negative number, -1, right? But when you meet on the target, let's say like zero, it means like, the daily sales is equal to the target, then that will be zero. So means you've met the target, right? So that's how we're going to dummy code this, right? When you exceed, that's one. When you are below the target, that will be zero. So that's what we are going to do here. Let's come up with the cities here. Let me have it here, and then we'll create a dummy code, with the if clause. So over here we're going to have if let's say Monday sales here in Chicago is greater than the target, right? So when the daily sales is greater than the target, that will be 1, right? Otherwise that will be -1, when you are below the target. Enter. That's -1, and clearly you will see that over here the target is higher than the sales, so definitely this is a negative number. And then we can do that for all the cities in Monday, right? So clearly it's like for all the cities on Monday, they've underperformed. So the target has been higher than the daily sale, and which is normal, because like when you look at the Sparkline here, it tells us that on Monday, that's the lowest point, right? That's what we see here. The lowest point was Monday, and then the highest was Saturday. So it means like on Monday, that's when they have, they less, they underperform usually from Monday. I mean, throughout the week, Monday is the day that they underperform. And clearly you can see all the cities, they have a negative number here. They underperform. Great. So now let's do that for all throughout the week from Monday or down to Sunday. So it goes down the same, right? We go to insert Sparkline, but this time around, like I was saying, we are not going to use a line or a column. We are going to use a win loss. So win loss here, the data range, the range will be from Monday to all of that, and then select the place, select where to place the Sparkline. Again, that will be from I-33 to I-43. So we're going to use all of that. Great. Enter. There we have it. So clearly we can see the first day of the week here is red. The red color means minus, is negative, like you underperform. Now the next 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday, you overperform. You underperform here, and then you overperform on Thursday, on Friday and Saturday. On Sunday, it came down for Chicago. And then when you go down to New York, again on Monday you underperform, Tuesday, Wednesday you overperform, and so on, so on. And that's what we have it here. I think here you can use different cosmetic here. If you don't like this coloring, like blue and red, red and blue, you can choose something else. that may suit your taste, right? Or maybe you have a logo in your company and it doesn't go with your logo, you can change it here, right? Green and red or whatever. You have a bunch of different coloring here, that you can, different menu actually you can choose from. And there are other cosmetics, right, that you can use, when you come down to axis here, if you want to like standardize your data, because sometimes the data might have like um the cells might not be very close. Over here I think my data is very close, right? It's between 2000 and like 8000. It's very close. But in some cases you might have like very lower unit and then higher unit, like say in Chicago, for example, maybe the highest sale will be like 100 units, and then when you come to Los Angeles, you have like thousands of units. Clearly you know that the scales are different, right? And the best way to graph it out is to be would be to scale it, to scale up the data and then to plot it out. And so axis will be very helpful if you want to go about it, to readjust, to rescale the data and then plot it out. Yeah, so these are cosmetics, that could be used eventually to yeah, to improve the visualization, right? um all right, thank you for watching this video and see you on the next one.